Absolutely, and the more we talk about it, the more you realize how much there is to understand, to research about your gut health, how important it is as a contributor to your general health. And we were talking about microbiome in our gut, Dr. Laskery, about bad bacteria, good bacteria, and how taking antibiotics sometimes takes away from what you need in your gut to keep it in overall good health, right?
Absolutely, and that's a very integral question that you're asking me right now. You know, in today's society, we find ourselves using antibiotics. And in fact, the word antibiotic means anti-life, against life. And that's important to know because antibiotics does have a role. You know, in a case where somebody is septicemically ill, a short course of antibiotics would be rendered appropriately. But today we find that people are the overuse of it inappropriately used in various kind of conditions where it's not rendered, and that's the problem that really causes an abnormality within our gut health.
Yeah.
So keeping in mind that antibiotics actually cause dysregulation within our gut and our normal flora become imbalanced, which then puts us at risk for chronic diseases.
So then how do we add back and put back what is good after, let's say, taking a course of antibiotics?
Well, firstly, you've got to start off with a lifestyle change, and that's where you need clear guidance with a practitioner. It needs to be done in a controlled environment, realizing that the kind of dietary changes that needs to be appropriately adjusted, and then taking you through an entire protocol that deals with the gut, supporting the gut. And that would go from cleaning out all the various kinds of bad bacteria, the fungi, the parasites that's sitting in the gut, and then putting back the nutrition that the gut would actually want. So that ranges from a very wide spectrum.
Now, I didn't know this, but you did mention it while we were having a chat off camera, that there is the option of natural antibiotics.
Yes, there are natural antibiotics, herbal preparations, which I personally do use and many practitioners do use. And this in itself works with the body. These preparations are there to support the flora in our gut and help them heal rather than working against the natural lifestyle within our well-being. So antibiotics from a natural point of view is definitely one way of treating the body.
And maybe just to wrap it up, and in your approach of integrative medicine, what are your last words of advice to our viewers regarding their health?
Well, personally, the important aspect here would be to make that paradigm shift, and that to realize that treating a symptom is not really dealing with the problem, and that we've got to look at the root cause and always trying to optimize our health by being preventative and supportive. And that should be the real aim of any medical practitioner that's practicing this kind of medicine. We go out and we try to understand what's the story behind the individual. Embracing the illness is part of the journey and not as something that you are actually fighting. So when it comes to the gut health, we need to realize that as I'm sitting here and I'm keeping myself in balance, there's a lot of dysfunctions occurring in the system that needs to be dealt with. And for us to prevent the onset of disease, we need to tackle those dysfunctions from now on and move forward.
Dr. Laskery, thank you so much for joining our health chat this morning. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you very much at home for all of your calls and your comments and questions. We'll be doing this again, of course, next week. But right now, another opportunity for us to spread the hashtag Yellow Love. Yay!